I'll read James 5:17. Elijah was a human being like us, and he prayed earnestly that it would not rain, and there was no rain on the land for 3 years and 6 months. So I bring in this word as an encouragement to someone that those people that do great things and achieve great things and you have their names written in the Bible, God is not going to set them a different standard, different from the one He's setting you. You're going to say, the two of you have 24 hours. The two of you have 24 hours. The two of you are human beings, so you should be able to. So you know it's going to be the same standard of judgment. The two of you are human beings, and Jesus Christ mentioned something about the cities that He did many miracles in, and He said these cities that were destroyed, Sodom and Gomorrah specifically, that were destroyed because of sexual immorality, will have repented if the same miracles that were done in Jerusalem and Chorazin and all those places were done in them. So, talking about talking about how he's thinking about judgment. That look, these people are the same human beings, but you are especially hardened, and they were not. Even though they didn't have grace, they were judged, but you had a lot of grace, a lot of God communication to you, but you still resisted, and see what happened to you. And he also mentioned that the miracles done here in you, if the miracles done in you have been done in Nineveh, it's not up to this one was done in Nineveh and they repented, and look at what is happening around you, and you still adding, you're still not responsive to the message of God's grace. So God is showing you how He's reasoning about judgment. Here, James is telling us Elijah is a human being like us. So basically removing the excuse that you might have and say, oh no, that is Elijah, this is me. No, Elijah is a human being like us. He is, so that gives a basic platform for judging output. So you don't have excuse. And what did he do? What made him extraordinary? What made him extraordinary was that he prayed earnestly. That means he had the same challenges like you do. He had the same distraction like you do. He had the same human foibles like you do. But he prayed earnestly. He pushed all those things aside. He pushed all those things aside. He pushed all those things aside. And if you say to yourself, oh, I fall into this sin because of A and B and C and D and D, God is going to say, okay, what about that person who also had the same situation like you do and is not falling to sin? Did you see that? Because Jesus Christ was saying that, look at Nineveh. They repented when the message of the gospel came to them, but you have not repented. You have not, even though you have seen God's hand, you have seen God's move, you have been shown mercy, you see, but you still ardent in your ways. And that becomes a platform for judging. And another place, and Jesus Christ said something about a servant who knows the will of God and does not prepare himself for the will and does not do the will, then he's going to receive a lot of judgment, a lot of rebuke. But the one that does not know but doesn't do what he's supposed to do will receive some. So there is really no excuse. We're talking about God being a fair judge here. God being a fair judge. And what is James trying to do here? He's trying to use Elijah as an example. And to say, look at Elijah, you don't have excuse. Even the writer of the book of Hebrews said, look at Jesus, you don't have excuse. Said, you should look unto Jesus and you should lay aside every weight and the sin that easily besets you and run with patience the race set before you. And he said you should look unto Jesus, that who endured such opposition against sinners, against himself from sinners, that you not be weary in your soul, and that you have not even resisted sin unto the shedding of blood. Saying Look, Jesus Christ resisted sin, and up to the and sin there is disobedience to God, and up to the point that he shed his blood. He's saying, what about you? You became man like you. So you look at him and let him be your example. You have not resisted sin. So there's no excuse. There's no excuse. Have you resisted for sinning? That's what he's trying to say. Even though when we sin, we come to God, but he's trying to, these writers are trying to put examples in front of us to challenge us to be all we can be in Christ. God bless you. I'll see you tomorrow.